We're gonna pass the mic over now to Mr. Mark. Hi, Mr. Mark, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, you've
Thank
got two
you.
minutes.
Okay, yeah, thank you for the platform. Thank you for the spaces. Sorry for the space. Kudos to everyone. To take it up from where 99% stopped. My cousin, who is serving with the Nigerian army, left home sometimes in May, I think March last year, to fight the Boko Haram insurgent in the northeast, and that has been the last we heard from him. Nobody has been able to provide an answer to what happened to them. Nobody has heard from him. Nobody is saying anything since March last year. And we've had several reports from some reporters that they were ambushed, they were killed, and but as of today, nobody is giving an answer to the many questions his family are asking. And how can we have a country like this where people take it upon themselves to defend their country, and all of a sudden they go missing? All of a sudden, nobody can find them again. And many of his family members believe he has been ambushed, he has been killed by the Boko Haram insurgents, but we are still keeping hope alive. But nobody is talking to the family, nobody's providing answers. How can we have a country like this? His dad died just early this year because of the trauma from thinking, and when you have your first son who is like the breadwinner of the family, and who has been very supportive, and all of a sudden he went to the war front and he didn't come back, and then his body is not found. Nothing has been done, no compensation, nothing, no information. That is just terrible. So a lot of Nigerians really have lost several things, many things that we can't even account for, several things that we can't even quantify, because I don't know how you want to quantify human life. I don't know how you want to quantify that. Then regarding businesses have been suffering and suffering and suffering, and nothing is being done. Nothing is being done. So as of today, if anyone is still thinking of the old order, is still thinking of bringing these people into power, it's either it's for their selfish reasons, or they do not love this country genuinely. If you are patriotic enough, certainly you should be able to see the handwriting on the wall that a new dawn is here for us all. That this time is a time for us to come together in unity and put somebody there. People come up with excuses like, okay, if Toby gets to power, he does not have control of the House of Assembly and stuffs and the rest. But we have to start from somewhere. We have to start from somewhere. This change is a marathon. It's not a sprint race. It's not a dash. It is something that will take us years to recover from all of the bastardization and all of the mess up that these people have caused us as Nigerians. Certainly, it will take us time, but we need to start from somewhere. And I tell you, the right place to start from is from the presidency, because enormous power resides in Aso Rock. Imagine somebody in Aso Rock controlling the resources in all 36 states, controlling the armed forces, controlling the security apparatus. And I don't understand why we still have it like that. They know this thing is not working, but rather than restructure, even to the regional levels, they are not ready to do that because the power give.
Sorry, Mr. Mark. Sorry to
Yeah.
interject. Please land in 30 seconds. Thank you.
Okay. Yes. Okay. I will learn in 30 seconds. Now, one way forward is that any new person going into the office should be ready to restructure the country, should be ready to give us regional governments, should be ready for devolution of power, giving power back to the people, back to the grassroots. Let every region manage their resources and grow at their own pace. We can't have a general rule for everybody. No, we in the West desire different things. Those in the Northwest, Northeast desire different things. Those in the Southeast desire different things. Let people function together by the reason of their ideology. It works better that way. Thank you so much. I drop the mic now.
Thank you, Mr. Mark, for your submission. Hello, Dollar. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, you've got 2 minutes.
Okay, thank you for for this time. Personally, for me, I think the most unfortunate set of people in this regime are people that turned 20 in this regime, people that got admission into federal schools affected by strikes in this regime, and people that were unfortunate enough, if I must use that word, to read a course like medicine in those federal schools. That's the truth. Because okay, for me, I entered school 2013. That was even 2 years before Buhari became president. And as we are talking now, Buhari will be leaving office in 7 months' time. I'm still in school. I don't know I don't know when I'm leaving. I don't know when I'm finishing. After he's on strike and all that. The truth that we have lost valuable amount of time. Valuable amount of time. Normally, your 20s is supposed to be one of the most productive years of your life. But with the government in place, people have lost time. Time. How can somebody spend 8 to 9 years in school for a course of 6 years, and you come out, you're already disadvantaged? Most companies prefer people from 25 to 26 years. You come out at 20, 29 or 30, you're already disadvantaged, looking for jobs here and there. So people have lost time, have lost time, lost strength. So most students now are actually clinically depressed. So that's the truth. That's the truth, and it's quite painful. If we leave this space to go on, we can talk and talk for months. We cannot exhaust what we've lost in this APC's tenure under 24 hours. It's too enormous. So I will drop the mic at this point. Thank you.
Mm, you're right. Even if we decide to speak about this for the next couple of months, we will not exhaust the atrocities committed by this government. Thanks for your very short submission, Dollar. I'm gonna pass the mic over now to Ebuka. Hi, Ebuka.
Mhm.
Ebuka, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I've spoken
Ebuka,
just few
Kedukwanu,
minutes
Kedukwanu
ago.
Kimere.
We thank God. I've spoken just few minutes ago, but I'm sorry. I was carried away by emotion, so I broke and I went out of words.
Okay, Ebuka seems to be battling with his network. Oh, okay. Toyin, are you there? Toyin?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
Toyin, you've got 2 minutes.
All right. Okay, so basically, I'm just going to talk about what we've lost as a people. So I feel like personally have lost time. I've been working since I was 25, and it's actually very disconcerting to me when I open my mouth right now and I say to somebody in the UK that I'm looking for graduate roles. It is, I feel like, every time I say it, I feel like, oh my God, I've been working since I'm 25. I'm going to be 35 this year. I have over 7 years banking experience. And what have I had to do in my life? I've had to like pack up and leave Nigeria and start all over. And it doesn't make sense if you've been working since 2011 and then in 2022 you are looking for graduate roles because you've moved to another country. So that's just that. Again, as a people, I realize that Nigeria has happened to all of us. Recently I joined an old school students group, and this was a guest only school. So the first thing I noticed was that in the WhatsApp group, every one of us had business profiles. So at a point, someone mentioned that it looks like all of us are selling something. That what happened to all those? I wanted to be a doctor, I wanted to be a pharmacist, I wanted to be a lawyer. And then we realized that eventually a lot of people went to school. All the dreams that we had, eventually a lot of people had to shelve those dreams. We were in a class group where we started reminiscing about people that were very brilliant in school. A situation where someone who was the head girl now sells shoes and bags on WhatsApp. For me, I felt it was a sober moment. I was like, this is what we have come to. This is where we are. This shouldn't be our life. We had so many dreams. There were things we wanted to be, but what has happened is even people who are working, it will shock you to see that people who are doctors are selling things on WhatsApp. When I realized that last year, it was really, 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 really so hard. It was a bitter pill for me to swallow because there was a time they were not being paid for months, and then I realized that people that I had on my WhatsApp status who were doctors were selling ribbons, selling stuff, odds and ends they bought on AliExpress. And I'm thinking, is this isn't horse? This isn't what we should be doing. We are having people who are doctors leaving Nigeria, moving abroad, and starting all over, right from the bottom of the ladder all over again. So when I see someone who says Nigeria hasn't happened to them, I'm like, you are definitely in denial. Nigeria has happened to all of us. Thank you.
Very, very true. It has happened to every single person, whether directly or indirectly. Thank you for your submission. I'm gonna pass the mic over now to almost okay. Almost Efe is no longer here. Um, Ginikachi, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, you've got the floor. 2 minutes.
Thank you so much. What I would like to add to the country, to the conversation rather, is essentially, of course, Nigeria has equally happened to me, and examples abound. But there is something that the past 7+ years of this particular government has got me thinking, and that is the question of whether of course, I know that this is going to sound to an extent rather pessimistic, but we have hope now in P2B. And I totally agree with the person who said that if we miss this P2B opportunity, that this is going to be it for us. If we pay attention to what's happening in the West, we see that there is, I subscribe, for example, to The Economist and the Financial Times. There are stories suggesting that the West is, or that the world essentially is going to become much more autocratic. And when the guy that spoke about, the journalist that spoke about the coming of, the potential coming of Tinubu going to lead to a much more autocratic Nigeria, I totally agree with him. I also would like to add something or comment on the person who suggested that the people taking money in exchange for their votes shouldn't be blamed because Nigeria is a very poor place. I do not quite think so. And that is where I was going initially when I was mentioning, or when I was speaking about what the past 7+ years has got me thinking. And that is, why do we have educated as well as non-educated Nigerians being willing to sell their votes or to exchange their votes for petty sums? It worries me because I remember reading in The Economist that at our current pace, that we are going to need as a continent, Africa now, about 300 years to get to where China currently is. 300 years. That is the Western estimate, at least based on what The Economist wrote. So it worries me that our people, educated and the uneducated, would be willing to sell their votes. And the elephant in the room over the past 7 years for me has been the question, the need to question what it means to be Nigerian and what it means to be an African. I know that here in the West, or globally essentially, you go to countries like Albania, Georgia, Armenia. These people are not necessarily richer than us, and their salaries are not higher than Nigeria's. But people don't essentially sell their votes for money. And I know that before the West became what it is today, people didn't have to go to school to learn how not to sell their votes or to learn that they shouldn't sell their votes. So I'm wondering why our people, educated and the uneducated, would be so willing to sell their votes. So it makes me wonder whether there is something fundamentally wrong with us. And there is nothing wrong with self-doubt. I think self-doubt is rather healthy. So there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. We look at the highly successful, including societies like China, they promote the idea of self-doubt because being overconfident oftentimes is not usually a very good thing. So That to me has been the elephant in the room over the past 7 years. And watching people now campaigning for the same old guys, the question keeps coming up. As long as I'm concerned, is anything fundamentally wrong with us? Because you don't have to go to school to know that you shouldn't sell your vote. You don't need a university education to know this one. And the rest of the world didn't need to go to the university to learn not to sell their votes. So I don't even believe that the people who are uneducated and poor should be taught not to sell their votes. I feel it's commonsensical. But with us black people, it seems that there is something fundamentally wrong. A friend had suggested that something has to be fundamentally wrong with us as a people. That sounds pessimistic, but it's been the elephant in the room for me over the past 7+ years. And of course, watching people now promoting these two older guys. So it worries me, and I hope that we take this, I call it the ultimate or the final opportunity in P2P, because if we miss it, like the brother said, the journalist, we are going to usher in a thoroughly autocratic government, and the West is not going to come to our aid because the West will be busy battling the rise of China too. So we have P2P as our ultimate opportunity, as long as I'm concerned, and I would like everybody in the room now to equally take this as a food for thought, so to speak. Is something fundamentally wrong with us, myself included, black people, for us to need somebody to tell us not to sell our votes? It's not about going to school. Is something wrong with us? Because the rest of the world didn't have to go to school to learn not to sell their votes. I think that's what I would like to add. Thank you so much for the opportunity. And David is, as long as I'm concerned, the most valuable Nigerian of our time. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, I agree with you. David is a genius. And 300 years to get to where China is right now, that's a very long time.
Just listening to him now just makes everything come alive. My parents were in the army, and I know the sacrifice that my dad had to put out there, and my elder brother as well. They all served in the military, and so I understand what a loss it is for them. Personally, a couple of years before this present administration, I remember clearly telling my friends and whoever cared to listen that a vote for this particular president was going to be a vote for trouble. I made it very clear to them that it was going to be a disaster. And I had just one simple reason for that. 2011, elections failed. Some people were killed in the north because someone lost an election. And I said to them, if anyone keeps quiet, anyone who could keep quiet over people being killed because he lost an election, that person would never be a good leader. I also said that telling Nigerians that you want to fight corruption is not enough reason to be a president of Nigeria. Coming to Nigeria, tell us just one reason, it's not enough. A couple of years down the line, I've been proven right. I left the bank, started a construction company. When this new government came in, the ministry said you have to come and reevaluate everything. Senate committee has to sit on your projects. And the next thing, I was given a bill of 100 million to come and pay. I had collected monies from my bank. I had to sell all my assets to repay the bank loan. And the only option left for me, luckily, when I had some wealth, I was able to invest in my family members and then send my wife to school in the UK and all that. And so she was living here. I had to sell everything off, pay back the bank loan, pay off the other loans, and come here and start from off. So when I left, I was employing over 215 people, including architects and engineers of my company. I had to come here and work in a factory just to start afresh. So this is why for me, supporting Peter Obi is everything. I'm putting every single dime, pounds that I make into supporting that man, not just for my own good, because I've left the country, but I still hold my country passionately. I always tell my colleagues here in the UK, I'm a Nigerian. There's no I'm here, red passport, it would never make me a British person. I'm a Nigerian, and I will always say My son was born here. If he wants to be a British, that's his own. But me personally, so that country holds everything for us. And I always tell people, no matter how red your passport is, when they look at your skin, you're still black. The difference will still be clear. And you can never be a stranger in your own fatherland. So that's coming, supporting Peter B presents that opportunity, not just for myself, but for everyone out there. And for the fact that Nigeria could get that opportunity to become great again. So I want to encourage everyone. Don't listen to what they're saying. Oh, he doesn't have structures. He's not going to win elections. We know the numbers. When we come out to support and
Mm,
vote in
Sorry
numbers,
to interject, Ralph. Can you end in 30
I'm
seconds?
done.
Thank you.
I just want to thank you guys for the opportunity and the platform to share this. And I just want to encourage everyone, let's support this man and get the right government there. Thank you and God bless.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Ralph. Hi, Charity. Are you there?
Yes, I'm
Charity.
here.
Okay, you've got the floor. 2 minutes.
Okay, good evening, everyone. I appreciate everyone who has been here since yesterday. And David, thank you. When I first saw your tweet, I couldn't even I couldn't even remember if I've lost anything. Today I was listening, I was asking myself, what did I lose? Then it suddenly dawned on me what happened in 2017. Now, everybody knows that Nestle in Nigeria, Nestle globally is one of the companies that does not retrench as a company that keeps employees. But since Buhari came in 2015, it started affecting even basic benefit. They started reducing things to accommodate staffs. And that by 2017, they started retrenching. Some senior staff, junior staff, I was in the junior staff category. And that's how a lot of my colleagues, lost jobs. I know some of them were already advanced in age that till now, I still call him like, is there anything? So that's this government has affected everybody, and I have uncountable experience of loved ones too that have been a victim. So I sincerely appreciate everyone and encourage that we push harder. And for those people on the other side, those supporting APC, PDP, whatever, I just want to encourage us that as much as we come across them, let us not be emotionally drained, but because of they are supporting APC or PDP. My encouragement in that is that even Satan have followers, and yet everybody is blaming Satan for all the evils around us. So we will always have people that is on the opposite side. Let good overcome evil, and that is a fight we have in our hands. So thank you, everyone. That's all I want to say.
Thank, excuse me. Thank you, Charity, for your submission and thanks for keeping to time. Um, IBK, are you there? IBK?
Yes, yes, I'm here.
Okay, please stick to 2 minutes or less. Thank you.
Thank you, dear. First off, to thank everybody that has been this.
Sorry, IBK, can you speak up, please?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can now, but if you can add a little more volume, that would be great.
Okay. Um, I want to use this opportunity, you understand, to thank everybody that has made this possible. Since yesterday, I've been here since 5 o'clock. I've been listening to things, as in so many things everybody has been saying. So at a point in time, I was like, nah, my own, even my is 2000 is like my own is even a lesser one. You understand? Most of it I've been crying, and at a point in time, I'll just like sleep off. When I wake up, you understand, I'll still see it's still on. I'll still be listening. I was almost surprised to see that I came up, understand, being a speaker. So I want to thank everybody that has made this thing possible. I'm new here on Twitter actually. at a point in time when I was just going through everything that people have been talking campaign and everything, then I came up to know David. You understand? So I was now understanding that there are people that can even understand and see things the way I'm saying it. You understand? As because most times around me when I hear people, you understand, like talking about APC, you get about PDP, and you'll be wondering why is this Nigeria just like this? You understand? Because you'll be thinking as if, as in, are these people even in the same Nigeria with? So, so at a point when a space David was on that space with I think Renu and about they should know how to take their approach on uh, this election matter. They should know how they should be taking their approach on P2B. You understand? And the guy was like, How do you want me to put it that
Um, sorry, IBK. Sorry to interject. Sorry, we are sticking to the topic lost since 2015, talking about what people have lost since 2015. If you can please stick to that, thank you.
okay, okay, well, what I've lost since 2015, actually, I studied architecture, 211. Hopefully, I could go for my service 217 with the way the system of Nigeria has been going. You understand? So, right now, as I'm talking to you, by the grace of God, my dad was a wedding man before. He had an accident, so and at that point he was trying his best, you understand, to take care of me. Up to now, the man has been on ground, nothing is happening. As I'm talking to you now, nothing. You understand? So since that 2015, I have gone and registered under different what's it called organization, and I've worked. At the end of the day, nothing to show for it. You understand?
Yeah.
So
Sorry, IBK. Please land in 30 seconds.
in 30 seconds. So what I'm trying to head in all this that I'm saying, like if you are listening to me now, you see that I cannot even pin things together to like talk straightforward because of the emotion I'm passing through now. What I'm trying to say in essence is just that things have been going down, 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 down. You understand? At a point, even my brother self could, as in, he was almost telling me that there's no need to go to school again. The people around, as in, that has already gone to school, there's nothing. As in, look at me, look at common 20,000 naira hospital fee. My brother that did not go to school paid for it, and I was just looking. I don't have any other thing to say. I'm with my PVC. I'm just waiting, hoping that God will help, just help everybody to just vote P2B in. Thank you.